I need to tell you about a dinner conversation I had 3 weeks ago because it is what started this whole series for me.
Go on.
We were eating, nothing special. My daughter, she is 12, looked up from her plate and said, completely out of nowhere, "Mom, will there be jobs when I grow up, or will AI do everything?"
What did you say?
I said something like, "Of course there will be jobs, don't worry." And she just looked at me, the way children do when they know you are not really answering the question, and then she went back to eating.
That moment. I know it exactly. My son is 15. He is starting to think about university, about what to study. And recently he said to me, "Dad, what is even worth studying anymore? Can't AI just do most things?" And I sat there. Me, someone who reads about this, talks about this, thinks about this, and I had nothing that felt honest enough to say.
That is the thing, isn't it? We are supposed to be the adults with the answers. And on this question, so many of us are sitting with a quiet, "I don't actually know."
Which is why we built this series. Over 7 episodes, we read 6 books, serious books, written by people at the center of this change. And we are putting them together into something no single book gives you on its own. A real picture. A roadmap for parents and professionals navigating the age of AI.
Not a promise that everything will be fine, not a prediction of doom, something more useful, a way of seeing clearly, so that the next time your child asks that question at dinner, you have something honest to offer.
We start today with the book that makes everything else possible, the one that asks us to stop looking away. The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman, co-founder of DeepMind, one of the most important AI companies in the world, and former CEO of Microsoft AI.
A person who has built this technology, who understands it from the inside, and who chose to write honestly about where it is going.
This is where the series begins, not with optimism, not with panic, with eyes open. Welcome to Book Takeaways for Professional Growth Podcast. I am your host, Marcus.
And I am Sophia. Quick note for anyone finding us for the first time. This is episode 1 of a new 7-part series on AI, work, and raising the next generation. Each episode covers one book and stands alone, but the series builds. Each episode adds a layer that makes the next one more powerful. We recommend starting here.
Segment 1. The Pain. Let us name the feeling that I think brought most people to a series like this, because it is not one feeling. It is 2, running at the same time.
The first is the professional worry. Will my skills still be valued? Am I adapting fast enough? Is my role one of the ones that changes first?
And the second, the one that is harder to say out loud, is the parent worry. Am I steering my children in the right direction? Are the paths I am pointing them toward still worth walking? What happens to them if I get this wrong?
Most conversations about AI focus on one or the other, the workforce angle or the parenting angle. But for the people listening to this series, they arrive together. You cannot separate what is happening to my career from what kind of world am I preparing my child for. They are the same question.
The author, Suleyman, names something in this book that explains why so many of us push both of those worries to one side. He calls it pessimism aversion, the very human tendency to avoid sitting with uncomfortable futures. We focus on the exciting possibilities of new technology and quietly look away from the risks.
I recognize that in myself. When I feel the worry coming, I redirect. I think about something more manageable, and the worry goes back underground.
But Suleyman's argument is that looking away does not make the wave smaller. It just means we are less prepared when it arrives.
And the wave he is describing is not just AI. He writes about AI and synthetic biology, the science of engineering life itself, arriving simultaneously, not changing individual industries one at a time, changing the rules of how the world works.
Which is a large claim, but he earns it with specifics. And his response is not fear. His response is preparation, which is what this series is designed to support. Segment 2. The key takeaways.
4 ideas from this book that are directly useful for parents and professionals. Let's go.
Takeaway 1. The wave is already here, not approaching. Suleyman is very direct on this. The shift is not a future event. AI is already changing how people write, research, sell, design, diagnose, and decide. These are not pilots in a lab. They are mainstream and accelerating.
And synthetic biology is doing something similar in medicine, agriculture, and material science. We are not at the beginning of a long runway. We are mid-flight.
For parents, this changes the question from, will my child need to deal with this someday? To, how do I help my child grow up ready for a world that is already changing right now?
That shift from future to present tense is genuinely important. It makes the whole thing feel actionable instead of theoretical.
Takeaway 2. The containment problem. Why this wave is different. Every powerful technology in history has faced a version of the same challenge. Once it is released, it is very hard to contain. The printing press, electricity, the internet all spread faster than society's ability to govern them.
Suleyman calls this the containment problem, and he says AI and synthetic biology face it in a more acute form than anything before, because these technologies are not just useful, they are also dual use. The same capability that helps a doctor diagnose earlier can help a bad actor cause harm at scale.
Think about the internet. It connected the world in ways nobody fully planned. It also created misinformation, privacy loss, and harm at a scale nobody planned for either. The same tool. Both outcomes.
Suleyman is not saying this to terrify us. He is saying it because most people are not thinking about the second half of that equation, and parents especially need to, because our children are growing up inside it.
Takeaway 3. Human skills are becoming more valuable, not less.
This is the part that I came back to most after finishing the book.
As machines get better at tasks, pattern recognition, generating language, processing information, the skills that remain with humans become more concentrated in value. Judgment, ethics, empathy, the ability to lead through uncertainty, the capacity to ask whether we should do something, not just whether we can.
Suleyman describes AI as an omni-use technology. It touches almost every domain, but in every domain, it still needs humans to guide it, question it, and take responsibility for what it does.
So for our children, the answer is not only technical skills, it is also how to think clearly, how to communicate honestly, how to adapt when the environment changes. Those are not soft extras. In the age of AI, those are the hardest skills to replicate. Takeaway 4. The narrow path. Responsibility starts with families.
Suleyman ends with a concept he calls the narrow path. We are caught between two dangers: too little governance of powerful technology, which leads to catastrophic harm, and too much control by force, which also fails and creates different harm.
The answer is a difficult middle road. Developing technology carefully, building rules that evolve as fast as the technology itself, and creating a culture at the level of organizations, governments, and families, where responsibility matters as much as capability.
That last part is for us, teaching children not just how to use powerful tools, but when not to use them, and how to ask hard questions about what they are for.
one family at a time. That is the scale at which the narrow path actually gets walked. Segment 3. Action this week.
Before we get to actions, everything in this series flows from this episode. If you leave with one thing, let it be this. Preparation is a choice. The wave is real. The response is yours to shape.
3 actions, each under 15 minutes.
Action 1. Have the honest dinner conversation. This week, ask your child the question back. What do you think is going to change because of AI? No right answer needed, just a real conversation where they feel their concern is taken seriously, not dismissed.
Action 2. Name one worry, then name one response. Write down one specific thing about AI and work that concerns you. Then, write one concrete thing you can do about it. Not a solution, a response. The act of moving from a floating worry to a named one with a response attached to it is significant.
Action 3. Let your child see you read or learn something outside your field this week. Modeling that learning does not stop and that adults face uncertainty too and keep going is one of the most valuable things you can show a child right now.
Segment 4. Closing. The coming wave is the alarm clock. You cannot make good decisions about something you have not accepted is real. And after this book, the wave is real.
But Suleyman is not writing to paralyze us. He is writing to wake us up because he believes, and we believe, that the people who understand what is happening have a better chance of shaping what comes next.
Next week, we do something that might feel counterintuitive after a book about how significant AI is.
We slow down and ask, which specific claims about AI should we actually trust? Because the wave is real, but not every story being told about it is real. And for a parent trying to make good decisions, that distinction matters enormously.
Episode 2. AI Snake Oil. Written by 2 Princeton computer scientists on the Time 100 Most Influential People in AI list. It will make you a sharper thinker, and it will make every episode that follows more useful.
If this episode helped you, share it with someone who is asking the same questions about AI and their family's future. This series is for them too.
This is Book Takeaways for Professional Growth podcast series on AI and the future of careers. Until next week, take care of yourself and take care of your people.
And keep growing.